shy away from risks. What do you make of this duo, Gran Metalik and Cedric Alexander teaming up to start things off on 205 Live?
I'm a big believer in time to build chemistry when it comes to tag teams. Both Metalik and Cedric Alexander, incredibly talented competitors. I'm excited. Maybe we'll see big things out of these guys. It's been an insane week, Vic. Why expect anything other than the unexpected?
It absolutely has been insane, and we have a new Cruiserweight champion.
We have a new Cruiserweight champion. We've got SummerSlam coming up this Sunday. We've got a Money in the Bank cash-in and failure. Like, this is insane. I don't know what to think.
Oh, Vic chose to make Corey Graves, excuse me. I didn't even introduce us to this start because I'm so shocked at everything that's going on. Welcome again to 205 Live.
And our opponents first from Long Island, New York, weighing in at 196 pounds, the premier athlete, Tony Nese.
Look at those biceps right there. That is a beautiful premier athlete. Oh, let's see all this muscle, baby. Look at all that muscle. And I know what everyone wants to see right here. They want to see those 8 reasons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 reasons. I know I look that good. I know.
Vic, if Tony Nese keeps training like he does, you're going to have to take off your shoes to count his abs.
And his tag team partner from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, weighing 193 pounds, Drew Gulak.
When my dear associate Tony Nese called me up the other day and asked for my advice, he said, Gulak, for the past 2 weeks, I've beaten Cedric Alexander, I've beaten Gran Metalik, and now they want their rematch. Who should I face first? And I said, Tony, I'm your former tag team partner, and I believe in a better 205 Live. Let's make this a tag team match. Now, I am no fan of show-offs. Make no mistake about that. And Tony, well, he is definitely a show-off. But he shows off for all the right reasons. Tony Nese is a prime example of health and fitness, and one that you also desperately need. And that's why Tony Nese is the premier athlete of 205 Live. Thank you.
Vic, I know you're not the biggest fan of Drew Gulak, but you'd be hard-pressed to disagree with anything Mr. Gulak just said.
I'm a little confused. I think so the WWE Universe is a little confused. He doesn't appreciate show-offs.
Well, let me clarify it for you. Drew Gulak basically just said that the premier athlete, Tony Nese, is kind of like the Tom Brady of WWE. He's in phenomenal shape. He's a premier athlete. He's probably surrounded by beautiful women, and he looks good in Uggs. That's more than you can say. All of those things.
Right there. Look at that.
Check it out. Plus, I mean, if you got it, flaunt it, Vic.
Well, there's some showing off from Tony Nese. And Tony Nese and Cedric Alexander have gone back and forth the last few weeks. Alexander getting the better of Tony Nese at this moment.
Come on, Tony.
Well, both of these men, incredibly talented grapplers. Can do just about anything between the ropes.
Stay on, come on.
Alexander putting on the brakes and
whoa!
Cover by Alexander, just gets a 1. Cover by Nese. What action to start us off on 205 Live. And
my goodness, I think I need to catch my breath after that exchange.
And a tag made, and in comes Drew Gulak for the moment. Oh, Cedric Alexander, a takedown of Gulak. And he pointed over to, with a cover, just a 1 count, pointed right over to Tony Nese quickly.
Usually sure-footed Cedric Alexander, I don't think connected where he wanted, but still caught Gulak in the midsection. That'll knock your wind right out of your body.
Alexander making a tag to Gran Metalik. Jeez. Metalik landing on his feet, and
Cat-like agility by the luchador.
a unique style all his own.
Goodness.
Metalik and Alexander rolling early on. Look at the king of the ropes go.
My goodness. Gran Metalik, certainly a superstar capable of wowing the WWE Universe. Much like the crowds he's wowed around the globe before arriving to the Cruiserweight division.
And Gran Metalik has grounded Drew Gulak for the moment. Makes a tag, and back in comes Cedric Alexander. And a mutual respect for one another between Alexander and Gran Metalik.
This team better be careful not to get themselves disqualified. This is what I was talking about, tag team chemistry. They're working together, but you can
Covered
tell.
by Alexander, just gets a 1.
Alexander and Metalik not quite on the same page yet. We've seen Gulak and Nese team before in the past. They have a little more experience than their opponents.
King of the ropes tagging himself back into the matchup.
Oh my goodness.
Gran Metalik just slapping Drew Gulak.
Metalik feeling the swagger right now.
Gulak just running over Metalik. Gulak into the cover, hooks the leg, and Metalik powers out at 2.
Saw a little bit of fire out of Drew Gulak momentarily. I think the slap from Metalik just incensed Drew.
Gulak tagging in Tony Nese. And back in comes the premier athlete. Stiff left to the jaw of Gran Metalik. And Tony Nese has been gloating for weeks about being a cut above Cedric Alexander. Metalik, a nice super kick, following it up with a nice takedown. And this is where Gran Metalik feels at home, on the ropes and a drop kick.
Metalik like something out of Cirque du Soleil.
Metalik perching himself up high.
Great awareness by Tony Nese to create some space and get out of harm's way.
And Metalik.
Oh my God!
Metalik just walked the ropes with a moonsault.
Brought the entire arena to their feet, and here comes Alexander joining the party.
Just wiping out Drew Gulak.
You've got to be impressed with both Cedric and Gran Metalik to this point. Maybe not the smoothest tag team yet, but very, very effective. I think Nese and Gulak may have underestimated their opponents.
Gulak, talk about separation, just got knocked away, and
Wow.
oh, Tony Nese showing the strength. And Nese with a gut buster. Goes for the cover, hooks the outside leg on Metalik, and Gran Metalik stays in it.
A momentary distraction caused by Drew Gulak allowed Nese to capitalize and turn the tides of this matchup.
He's staying right on top of Gran Metalik. Metalik trying to fight back, and Tony Nese.
Strong kick right to the midsection by Nese. Let's take a look at some of the athleticism of Gran Metalik. Just awing the WWE Universe. Look at the form, most importantly, the impact at the end. And once again, Metalik went to the well and it did not pay off. Tony Nese picks him out of midair, bang, gut buster.
And right now, oh! Getting caught himself was Tony Nese by Gran Metalik.
Wasn't a great counter, but it was effective. What's Metalik thinking now? Good
Metalik with a big hurricane run off the top and a concerned look on the face of Drew Gulak.
Understandably so. Gulak just watched Nese launched halfway across the ring. Things do not look good for Team Gulak.
High risk paying off for Gran Metalik right now.
Metalik might have taken a little bit more out of himself than he expected with that maneuver, but the tag is made.
Gulak is in, so is Alexander.
Cedric on fire right now.
Oh, Alexander
goodness.
rocking Drew Gulak.
Gulak was on spaghetti legs for a moment. I don't know, that Drew knows where he's at anymore. To the back of Gulak's neck.
And, oh, a big boot to the face, taking down Tony Nese. The hard-hitting Cedric Alexander flying through the air. Got caught by Gulak.
Great avoidance by Drew Gulak. Don't forget, when it comes to technical proficiency, Gulak might be one of the best.
Wow!
Good night. Never mind.
What a precision shot with the elbow, and then one with the foot from Alexander to Gulak. Is it enough to pick up a victory? And Tony Nese in at the last moment.
Wow. Tony Nese.
I'm the premier athlete. I'm the premier athlete. Not you. Not you, Cedric.
Oh, great avoidance.
And Tony Nese showing some of the athleticism as he tosses out Metalik.
Hear the thud that Metalik made.
Oh, incoming Alexander taking Nese off his feet.
Gulak from behind.
Gulak in the middle of the ring, not enough. And Alexander, oh, he caught him with the lumbar, checked it, Alexander. Is this enough? Cedric Alexander and Metalik pick up the victory.